Hey, everybody. We're trying something new tonight. So I hope you're ready for some goofy shit. Um, I've been meaning to do this for a long, long time. um, Basically, we're going to have this. You're going to see some. This isn't just the screen you're going to see, so calm down. I'm going to watch the 1954 classic Godzilla. We're going to comment on it. You're going to see a slideshow on there, but there's another thing you're going to see in a minute. God help you. So, if you have a copy of Gojira, you can sync this up. It's, riff tracks. Let's not beat around the bush. Um, I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to, make it so that your copy of the movie syncs up with what I'm doing. I usually would say I'll do a line of dialogue from the movie, but yeah, I don't think I can do that with this movie because it's in Japanese. Plus, this is a test. I want to do this more often. This might work, this might not. So, if you have your copy of Godzilla, I'm going to play it and we're going to hit a timer as soon as I'm using the Criterion one. So, the second that Criterion logo goes away, I'm going to tell you to pause. The second the Criterion logo goes away, you unpause this and we should be synced. We'll see. So, this is going to be tricky because I have a timer set up and everything, but it's going to be goofy, and plus we have some other stuff. So, get ready to sync up your Gojira DVD. Remember, this is the 1954 Japanese version. Ain't no English. So, when you're ready, and I have to hit this at the proper moment. This is very technical and it's very um difficult to do the way I'm trying to do it. So, I'm actually setting up something here. I just realized I'm doing this live. I was going to record this, but then I decided to do it live. Oh, shit. I just fucked up. But that's all right. This is what experiments are for. All right, we're going to work this. We are going to work this out. We're going to turn this thing around. All right, let's do it. And there we go. And there I am. Yay. Oh, and the stupid thing started already. Okay. See, that's why we don't do these things as experiments. Hmm. I don't know how to reset this. I wish I did, but I don't. Hmm. Let's see. That's why this is a first one. It was supposed to wait until I showed it. Dipshit machine. Hmm. Hmm. I'm not sure about this. Properties. See, this is you get all the new stuff, the shit that I don't know how to do. All right, for now, we're just going to have to leave this as is. Or we just do that. All right. Fuck it. We're going to do it live. There we go. All right. Boom. Boom. All right. I'm debating whether to leave my glasses on or not. Right now, we're going to leave them on. If they annoy people, I'll take them off. Gojira! 1954. So as the credits scroll, we'll talk about this a little bit. Gojira is a pretty amazing film. There's a lot more than just a dude in a rubber suit stomping around a bunch of models. Music by Akira Ufukube. We will get into that. Gojira is a movie about Japan in flux. It's made less than 10 years after the end of the World War II. It was made pretty much immediately after the Japanese occupation of Japan. Sorry, I'm still looking up here. Give me 1 second. And it's very much a traditionalist Japan versus a new kind of Japan. Oh, there he goes again. Godzilla's very angry. Oh, speaking of which. Say hello to the folks at Godzilla. Anyway. Godzilla and me. As Akira Ifukube's music blares over our loudspeakers. Again, it has a lot of like social commentary in it. If you know about Japan at the time, this opening, we just got the opening of the ocean. This opening sequence is very much about the Lucky Dragon number 5 incident, which was a fishing boat that wandered into an atomic test. Once we won World War II, we kind of decided that Asia was our little nuclear weapon stomping ground. And this scene here is very reminiscent of that. Lucky Dragon number 5 wandered into a fallout zone, which the U.S. government was like, here, don't fish here. We're going to blow this up. And down she goes. Oh, see? James Cameron stole this for Titanic. How much of me can you see? Oh, just my hand. Wow, there's actually more of my Pro Big Rogues behind me than me in this. Yeah, SOS. And down she goes. The boats in the movie are some of the lesser of the miniatures. You can always tell the boats are a little fakey because it's no little people. And here's Ogata. And there's Emiko. In the American one, it's kind of downplayed, but Emiko is in an arranged marriage to Serizawa, something that was really falling out of favor in Japan at the time. And Emiko and Yugata are clearly, he's taking a shower after probably some loving. But Ogata is a naval officer, and he's called in to help investigate this stuff. And they're on their way out to an illicit date. Out you go. I gotta work. And Gojira is an important film. It has amazing miniature work. It was all done. It's funny. Most of the major players in this movie were part of making propaganda films for Japan during the war, especially Ifukube and Tsuburaya, the miniature man. Thank you, sir. Well, we don't know, sir. It's also interesting that this movie, while it does play up the clash of traditionalism versus progressivism, unlike Shin Gojira in 2016, it's the old school way of thinking that ends up triumphing. Shin Gojira is all about, no, you old guys are fucking stupid, get incinerated. We're smart, progressive, and we'll take care of it. One of the goofy things about sending rescue ships out to a ship disaster is rescue ships will probably be falling under the same disaster. Down he goes. And here we see the reporter character who gets very little in the American version. I'm trying to look at the camera as much as possible. It's hard, though, because I'm watching the movie down there. Right now, it's still about naval disasters. Why not send more ships? They've both been incinerated. So far, this movie has been 30% radio frequencies. It's wet. Exploded. And that is the brother of one of the fishermen. All of this, again, is the Lucky Dragon number 5. You can look it up. They ended up ended up all dying of radiation poisoning. And Japan had a really bad season of irradiated tuna flooding their market. It's really horrible. But a lot of this is all about... Remember, this is the first Godzilla movie. We didn't know anything about it. What is it? See, they're bringing up Yamane already. All this is about families not knowing about survivors. Everybody get out! Naval mines, undersea volcano, news at 11. Again, Akira Ifukube's score is so awesome. He was a guy who would score naval battle propaganda films in Japan during the 40s. But he was a genius. He wrote his first symphony in his single digits. I forget. I think it's age 7. And he scored just about every movie up till Gojira Tai Destroya in 1996. These guys didn't have much to do but look out at the ocean. Make sure I'm not getting any audio bleed. Okay. A raft's coming in, everybody. Like everybody's just like, hey, we were sitting here waiting for a raft to show up. I adore this movie. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. It doesn't mean we're not going to make a little fun of it because some of it's fucking goofy. And man, when we get to the American version, we're really going to make fun of it. I'm hoping the timer syncs up really well with, your DVD if you're watching this. I'm going to have to test it to see. Now, this is actually one of the brothers. This is the brother of the one guy. Excuse me, floating up on the shore. Masashi. My posture sucks. This is back when the surest way to wake a sick man is by shaking him. So they're complaining about the lack of fishing. Again, this is all Lucky Number 5 references, really. Lucky Dragon number 5. I'm really bad about that. Oh, here it comes. This guy's always screaming about Godzilla. Again, though, this is about tradition. Oh, flying demon bug. They could have just brought everybody out by helicopter. I'm still not sure how they got word. I don't think this island has, like, a radio. So this is the reporter guy. Again, he's barely seen the American version. So, again, Masagi is the brother of Shimiki, who was eventually adopted by Yamane in this film. The Japanese version is much more character-driven. So pretty much because Raymond Burr takes, for lack of a better term, takes the part of this guy, the reporter, so he's barely in it. Because he's like, everybody needs to be reacting to Raymond Burr, and we can't have two characters doing pretty much the same thing. Sacrifice a young girl. Gojira likes the booty. This dance is all that's left. Again, about the death of tradition. But, I mean, traditionalism will just lost them a world war. You can see where the kids would be like, I don't think this kamikaze shit's worth my time. This part always fascinated me. They're obviously Tengu masks. I didn't know that when I was a kid. But it's a fascinating look into ceremonial life. Even if it is a little brief. Again, Honda gets a lot of crap for this because most Americans have only seen the American version of Godzilla and they really slice it up. But his directing in this movie is really sound. And especially how so much of it is straight up innovative. When they first made this, they wanted to use stop motion like King Kong, but they didn't have the budget. They didn't have a tenth of the budget. Or the time, for that matter. The turnaround in this movie was like 6 months, which is astonishing. Godzilla's footsteps, much like the Tyrannosaurus footsteps in Jurassic Park, are a dramatic effect, but a little bit of a cheat because they don't use it all the time. Like, sometimes when it's dramatically effective, sure, we'll do it. Other times, eh. And there's that big old foot you can see in the background. And Shinkichi out screaming for his brother who remained in the house that just went. There's another effect shot coming up that's a little less than stellar, which is the helicopter blowing over, which really does just look like a Matchbox toy. Again, it's the 50s. I'm not shitting on it. Like, this shot is beautiful. There's two things that very rarely look good miniaturized, and one is water, two is fire. It is very difficult to make fire and water look good miniaturized, like when you make models. There it goes. Oh no, that little toy lid. Oh, that was a Revell. That was an expensive helicopter model. All right, and we're back to mainland Japan. Hi, everybody. I don't know who the flag bearer guy is. He just has to come out. I claim this plan for Japan. Much, again, like Shin Gojira, there's a lot of debate about Godzilla. Okay, totally off record. I got to answer chat. I didn't buy one. I found it on a job in an office that had been abandoned when I was replacing the carpet. So we have a webcam now. So again, here's Shin Kiji. All these guys are testifying that we saw a giant something. Yeah, we got a camera. Hi, everybody. I figured for something like this, which is going to be mainly static imagery, we needed an upgrade. It's not a great camera, but it'll do. And here is Dr. Yamane. It's funny that Dr. Serizawa in the 2014 and in the new Godzilla King of the Monsters is much more like Dr. Yamane from the original movies. Dr. Yamane is a strict scientist. Even though he's a paleontologist, he's very... He doesn't care how many people Godzilla destroys. He's just kind of like, we shouldn't kill him. But his purpose, though, is that Godzilla's survived a radioactive bomb, which it's discovered later, and survived. And he's desperately passionate about discovering why, because he was, there for Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he wants to learn to give the world healing and try to... Oh, hey, there's Serizawa. He's desperately passionate about healing and about reducing the effects of nuclear devastation. Again, this movie is a lot deeper than you give credit for. I don't know why this big-ass boat survives. Every other boat that comes to this channel gets incinerated, gets Thanos snapped. But this one... Oh, and here is the illicit lovers on their ship. God is very fatalistic. How do you know which waters are dangerous? Sorry, I need to drink. And there is Odo Island. And we're about to see some stuff that were stolen for the 1998 Roland Emmerich Godzilla. Which I am probably going to do a video on. It's almost unavoidable. I think I'm eventually going to do all the Godzillas. I'm not going to do them all in a row. Like, the first 45 episodes of this series is not going to be Godzilla. I promise. Too many other things I want to do. You are, however, going to see a lot of old monster movies. And a lot of sci-fi. A lot of 80s horror and a lot of 50s and 60s sci-fi. In the chat, Janice is a Jet Jaguar fan. We found one. So now they're discovering radioactivity. They still don't really know what's going on yet. And now they're standing in a... It's not really evident. They're standing in a giant footprint. But Yamane knows. Yamane's on the ball. This one being in Japanese and having to read subtitles and everything is going to be a lot less jokey. Plus, I'm very passionate about this film. So, the later ones will be much more jokey, I think. Even at Godzilla King of the Monsters, which we're going to do next, the American version of the 54 movie is going to be a lot more jokey. This is just much more reverent. It's hard to make fun of something you love so much. There. Dun, 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 dun. The fact that I have a Godzilla in arm's reach, and mind you, that is like, here, wait, we have 2019 Godzilla. Da, 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 da. Sorry, but this is just Yamane. He finds a trilobite, an extinct living fossil. You know what I should do? We've got little Rodan. Oh, wait, this is too important. Sorry. The bells are ringing and Godzilla's a coming. This is one of the... all right. No spoilers. This isn't a great effect shot. And it's not the matting or anything. Even as a kid of 3 years old, when I first saw this movie, I knew something was up with this. Again, we hear the footsteps. Ooh. Everybody, let's get him. Now, Yamane's saying he saw a dinosaur over the hill. And here he comes. Everybody's taking pictures. Hi, everybody. And there he is. Now, see, from the side, the puppet looks fucking good. But, okay, horror cliche 2406, yes. Now, from head on, the puppet looks bad. His little arms. Yeah, I did watch the nerd review of the Godzilla stuff. James is an amazing content producer, and he loves Godzilla. And you can see the mat moving a little in that shot. It's not terrible for the 50s, but when the puppet's like, and his little arms are like, So what do? They ran away, and now they're all brave. They're running back up to the top of the hill. Sleepaway Camp would be problematic, although I can do anything. The first horror movie I'm going to do, I think, is The Shining. It might be Event Horizon. I have to say, it really depends on how well received these things are. All right, another thing, the weird tail track. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, look at these 1950s paintings of dinosaurs with the draggy tails. A T-Rex without feathers. Oh. Meanwhile, they're showing creatures from the Cretaceous period. So what they're talking about now is like amphibians. I don't know why they don't. The beat around the bush. Okay, this is an obvious drawing. Like, this is an obvious movie drawing of what they wanted the scene to look like. They're trying to pass it off as a photo. Because they realized that a picture of the puppet, they'd be like... 165 feet. Godzilla's height has always been a bit of a fluctuating thing. in this movie, unlike the American version, they do try to tell you exactly where they think Godzilla came from. They like their thing is that he was underwater in a cave and then H bombs destroyed its natural habitat. Again, why they have a paleontologist studying this and giving them this information? Now, this is another interesting thing. They have a like parliamentary system, and there's a lot of like back and forth between different factions here. Yep, there's our trilobite. It's a pretty trilobite. Pass it around. It's radioactive. Everyone should feel it. Again, it was 2 million years ago. More like 65. Another thing they kind of fuck around with is how long it's been since dinosaurs have been on the Earth. There weren't many scientists back in the day. If you see me keep looking down, then looking up real quick when I'm trying to get my head in frame, it's because I don't want my double chins to be all fucking visible. Strontium 90. Now, in this again, Yamani's like, yeah, Tanabe here is the radioactive guy. I'm the dead dinosaur guy. Again, I do like, you can see Emiko is the one setting up the slides and everything, his daughter. And that's Shimkiji. I think that's his name. I really have trouble with that one. And Yamani's like, yeah, H-bomb. He's an H-bomb. And here we go. This first guy's like, no press. we can't let anything. And then the press is like, hey, fuck you. we're gonna report on this shit. Interesting that the most vocal is a woman in the 50s in Japan. We know what it is. Fuck you. And this guy's like, these press guys are really, really histrionic. We don't want a panic. I like the guy on his R left. He's like, so they get into a screaming match. And Yamani's just like, motherfucker. So, I don't know who won that, because it says heavy losses at sea, but they don't mention Godzilla, so I guess they didn't tell anybody. Atomic Tuna. Oh, they did mention Godzilla in the press. Okay. The press won somehow. Again, these are side characters that are not in the American version. And they do mention Nagasaki and Hiroshima. A lot of this is about the Japanese dealing with, holy shit, we just went through this in the war. We got to do this shit again. But they're also putting an embargo on ships and fishing, and shit's getting real. And mind you, we are a third of the way through this movie. We barely seen Godzilla. So all you fuckers who were like, there's no Godzilla in the 2014 Godzilla. There's no Godzilla in any of them. So yeah, they're like, depth charges. Fuck Godzilla. And here's Ifukube's score again, just amazing. Boom, bum, 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 boom, bum, bum, bum. This is the soundtrack to my youth. They would be reusing themes from this movie for fucking 50 years. And in point of fact, Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 uses score from Ifukube. And this is actual footage because Honda and I believe Tsuburaya had connections with the Navy, maybe even Ifukube, I'm not sure. They get actual footage of warships doing depth charges for the movie, which is why it's very scratchy and grainy. It may even be old footage that they had on file from the old propaganda days. This is pretty ballsy. Like, Ogata is a pretty ballsy motherfucker in this movie because Yamane has set up his daughter in an arranged marriage with Serizawa, who is a friend of his, a colleague, even though he's 20 years older than Serizawa. Ogata is banging his daughter behind their back. And he gets really mouthy. Emiko, the dude's alone. The dude, like, Yamane's sitting in his study, in the dark, alone. And he's just like, I want to be alone. And turn the light off. What are you, raising a bar? Oh, wait. Again, this is all character stuff you won't see in the American one. Yamane's really not happy with the military decision. Again, he thinks that Godzilla could be a boon for humanity because, well, he's blown a couple of ships up, but, you know, he's not a bad guy. Toy ship. Thank you, Mystery Science Theater. So some of the characters we saw on the train earlier on this ship dancing the night away. And, okay, again, we hear the giant footsteps, but he kind of should be swimming. I don't know. And there he is. How do they know it's Godzilla? It could have been another atomic monster. You guys aren't even worth destroying. I don't know where they think they're running to. They're on a ship. If he's going to destroy the ship, they're fucked either way. As people are fucking complaining about loss of money. Again, though, these are all fishing magnates who they won't allow them to fish. And there's really nothing else to eat in Japan. Yeah, not at all. I'm here to gloat, fuckers. I'm not sure who this guy is, if he is part of the government or part of, like, the fishing consortia. And they're like, we want to kill him. And he's like, how am I supposed to know? Although he's immediately like, impossible. He's like, he lived through an atomic blast. What do we got? What else do we got? There's nothing bigger. And here's where he's like, we should study it. How it survived. Hot off the press. Yeah. It's amazing how much newspaper men play a part in Godzilla movies. So they send this guy to interview Serizawa. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So they're setting up that Yamane had Serizawa and Emiko in an arranged marriage. But now here's Emiko and Yogata saying, oh, we gotta tell your dad that, We find out that Serizawa lost his eye in the war. And how Emiko loves him, but as a friend zone, as a brother. Serizawa's in the friend zone. Thank you for giving up the booty. Shikiji! So, yeah, the reporter comes in. Is like, hi, everybody. It's funny. All the guys in this movie are very sweaty. Emiko never sweats. This fucking guy's like, yeah, I tried to talk to Serizawa and he told me to fuck off. Can you, do me a solid? And Ogata's like, I'd like to come along and break his heart. And he goes, no, I want to break his heart. Yeah, let's go break his heart. Oh, gently. Come on, Emiko. Go for the knife. Go for the kill. And again, they're discussing his Yamane's adopting, more or less, of Shikiji. Boy, that's not safe. See, Ogata's a Navy guy, drives a motorcycle. Come on. Serizawa's a one-eyed scientist. What chance did he have? And here is Dr. Serizawa. I love this. I know a guy in Switzerland who knows a guy in Germany who knows something about what you're doing. Yeah, sure. Japanese scientist doesn't know any German scientist. Ixnay on the Ermin J. It goes like... But you're my ride. I'd like to also point out the pacing of this. This is a very slowly paced movie. It's a slow build. It's an awesome slow build, but it is a slow build. Of course they have. They have no books to draw from anymore. Game of Thrones. What are you going to do? Oh, Japanese radio in the 50s sucked too. Even lounging around the house, Serizawa wears a lab coat. His wardrobe was real easy. You're going to regret that question, Emiko. Emiko, you're about to break my heart. Should I horrify you first? Interesting that we were just talking about Game of Thrones, and Sarah's was like, "You don't tell anyone." Same promise was made in Game of Thrones last week, and was held just as personally and succinctly. Whenever you tell somebody don't tell a soul, they're gonna fucking tell. I am gonna have to raise that camera. Not tonight. Fishies! That's like 100-gallon tank. I love this because they're about to show you some shit, but they don't show you. They just show you the aftermath of it. And like her horror of this moment is kind of eclipsed by the horror of Godzilla later on. But it's really effective, and what they don't show you, what they will show you later on, works. This pacing, this cutting away is really, really cool. Because we don't even know what field he's in right now. We just know he's with fish. But I don't think Sarazawa was not an ichthyologist. He was working with oxygen. I mean, this movie is from 1954. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you've probably seen Godzilla or Gojira already. So, even the music just... Get back. Let me hold you with these gloves that I just touched this dangerous chemical with. So, wanna make out? I really don't know Sarazawa's motivation here, except for the fact that I don't think he wanted Emiko to tell him what he already probably knew about her and Ogata. And the best way to keep her from telling is by showing her something even more horrific. I'm sure she'll keep that promise. So, I mean, we just got something. Everybody's like, what the fuck was that? What the hell? What did he do to the fish? And here comes Ogata and Shikiji. Hey, what's going on, Emiko? You tell him? And then he's like, by the look on her face, I think Ogata's like, oh, damn, that didn't go well. And again, such a classic love triangle, but with such a weird juxtaposition over a, giant monster movie attack. And she's like, dude. By the way, don't expect the camera to be around for... It's going to be around for unnecessary commentary. It's going to be around for public domain theater. And I guess when I'm doing computer games, old school games that I'm emulating, I'll probably put the camera up for that too. But when I'm broadcasting from like a PS4 or an Xbox, which I can't do right now because my controller broke. So those of you looking forward to the... Oh, hold on. Phoenix Wright stuff is going to be a while because I got to get another controller. Because the controller I have doesn't have a mic attachment. So look at this. Emiko is distraught over what Sarazawa showed her. Yamane is distraught over the Godzilla stuff. And Ogata is distraught over... He thinks that she told Sarazawa. And she's all upset about it. And then all of a sudden the giant footsteps come through. There's so much going on in that little scene with no dialogue. And then she runs out and says, I couldn't do it. He grabs his shoulder like, yeah, okay, kid. We'll get him next time. Here he comes again. I don't know what the range is on those machine guns, but yeah, good luck with that. Shin Gojira does a real good bit about like bullets and bombs just bouncing off his skin. It's really good. We'll eventually get to Shin. Here's all the people. I don't know. I guess they were trying to play down what was going to happen, and that's why they left all these people in the Bay Area. These people are trying to get in for some reason. Yamani's like, I'm a paleontologist. Don't you know who I am? He's telling not to shine searchlights. For some reason, he knows, much like Alan Grant, inexplicably knowing about the movement thing with Tyrannosaurus eyesight, Yamane knows bright lights piss off Godzilla. And here he is. Bam. And again, Ifukube's score is perfect. All monsters hate trains. It's a thing. Some of these shots are still amazing. I know they're matte shots, and they're black and white and grainy, but some of it's just outlandishly good still. That one you can see the plate move a little, but it's still pretty damn good. He takes little shuffling footsteps. They're so cute. What the fuck? I love this tail shot. Like, a lot of times they take a close up of the tail and it's just, yeah, that's a classic shot. Bye bye. Oh, this music. This music is so fucking good. Crunch. This is probably the only movie until Shin where Godzilla is fucking malicious. He's a prick in this movie. He just flat out murders folks. He usually only murders bad people after this. He hates bridges too. This is how good these models of Tsuburayas are, excuse me. Like, it takes a lot of effort to bust these fuckers up because they're probably using period materials. He's like, see ya. Research teams from around the world. All of a sudden, everybody wants to get to Japan. You fuckers have a dinosaur? Pan Am. This is some product placement. This is early product placement, folks. A barbed wire barrier. This is where they discuss what they're going to do. 100-foot high barbed wire fence. It's not a bad plan. At this point, they don't know how invulnerable he is. $1,600 feet. Safe. So, that's our plan. Let's get to it. Come on, get the kids on the train. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, seriously. These people are showing up with carts filled with furniture. It's like, assholes. You're taking up more space than a family of 6. And their shelters. Oh, here we go. Oh, again, the soundtrack of my youth. I've heard this music countless times. Uh, and the Defense Force is mobilizing. It's like, yeah, Godzilla's theme is iconic, but actually the Japan Defense Force themes are actually as iconic, if not more so. We got us a convoy. So, I mean, we're almost an hour into this movie. Well, 50 minutes in, give or take. And we've seen Godzilla twice for like a minute. This is all about a slow burn and a payoff, a huge payoff. There we go. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Electricity on. Woohoo! It's the special news reports. Except you guys working on the fence. Again, this is a national emergency that her father's a part of. Oh, God, I keep your dick in your pants. Now, mind you, Yamani's getting home from a really rough day where people have been asking him to murder something that he thinks can help a lot of people. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Emiko. Again, this is the focal point of Yamani's character right now. By the way, can I strip your daughter? Oh, no. Ogata immediately disagrees. And this again, military versus science. He had to invoke the H-bomb. When you're trying to ask the guy's daughter for the guy to, give his blessing for his daughter, don't go against his wishes on a hot button topic. Good lord. Ogata's attacked this motherfucker. He says it right here. It's Godzilla fever. And again, Emiko's going through some shit. Now he's heading straight for a barrier that's like a few miles long. But again, it's only established a little bit that he's attracted to the city lights. Which is why they're shining spotlights on him. Yeah, maybe he'll stay out there. Nah. Let's draw him in. The fence will work. Now, to be fair, this is the first movie. It's not like the 20th movie where they know the shit ain't gonna work and they still do it anyway. Pretty sure that's the same footage from before. We only had so much time in the pool. Here it goes. The first time, but not the last time, that tanks are aiming at Godzilla. I don't know why they wait till he gets to the fence to open fire. These are really great atmospheric shots. And that fucking music, just the piano. There we... Oh, turn it on! Do I smell electricity? This is a great fucking sequence, too. I think those fuckers are shooting live ammo, by the way. The fence was not the most effective. He doesn't care. He's smashing everything again. Fuck it. Some tail porn. Like tail porn. The sound of his roar is a cotton glove over a stringed instrument. I forget which stringed instrument it is. It's fucking amazing. Oh, and there's the breath for the first time. He can breathe fire? This is amazing. These towers were constructed of wax and then heated so that they melted like that. It's amazing for the time. Again, Tsuburaya and his team, just magical. We should have evacuated! Here comes... Burn, fuckers! Be weird if Godzilla was not immune to flame damage. Just like, ow, ow. There's an iconic shot. Mind you, they're shooting super slow motion. That suit weighs about 200 pounds, and they're lighting fire all around him. This guy would faint regularly in the suit. Look at that. These fuckers burn. That's some dark shit right there. One of my favorite parts of the movie is coming up. It's a stop-motion crash with like a Ken doll attached to it. There's the puppet again. It doesn't look as bad when it's not lit like daylight. But the little arms are a little wacky still. Here it comes. That's what fire engines look like in Japan in the 50s. Those fuckers were brave. There are a couple shots in here that are going to make me laugh, always. Look at those eyes! Jesus! He was menacing. This suit is evil looking. Look, here it comes! Oh no! There he goes! Ah! I'm done with you fuckers. Shots like that aren't great. They show how empty the suit is. However, shots like that are amazing. That one's meh. Go down the alley, go down the alley. That's another pretty good shot. That's probably a rear swing projection. It's very jarring when they don't use the super slow-mo and you actually see him in real time moving because he's really jerky. Yeah, bring it on. Your tanks ain't got dick. Again, the puppet just doesn't look like the suit. It's always jarring when they use it. Even more so in the next movie. Yeah, you ain't backing away fast enough, fuckers. We're sorry! Oh, this movie. We're fucked. We're totally fucked. Car 467, where are you? So, defense forces are like, holy fuck. Any message to relay? Yeah, we're done. Security code, code 129. Put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. Another great laugher here. The audio on this is priceless. And also, where are his footsteps? He's sneaking up on you. Wait for this sound effect right here. Oh my God, that's not in this one. That's right. That's in the American one. We'll get to it in the American one. In the American one, it goes, and then somebody goes, ah! I'm sorry. You'll have to watch the other version of this movie for that. We'll get to it. That version's shorter than this one. These are haunting scenes because, it's deserted, That's a great goddamn shot, and I'm still not 100% sure how they fucking did it. It's amazing when you think of how cheesy the FX got, especially in the 60s and the 70s. Just how brilliant this looks. I mean, part of it is it's a black and white movie, filmed at night. And this woman is cradling her children, preparing them for death, saying they're going to join their father. That's some dark shit right there. Again, it's assumed that the father died in the war. But she's given up, and she's got 3 kids on her lap, and she's just like, it'll be over soon. And these dopes. Another puppet shot. Not terrible, but not great. Look at these guys. Oh, we came for clock maintenance? We'll come back. Now, this is a reporter who I believe is on... Is he on Tokyo Tower? I'm not even sure. Again, though, all of this imagery is evocative of the atomic bombs. And especially the aftermath. We'll get to that. That's not a bad shot. Little hand puppet, but still. That's like... here we go. Here, we'll recreate that shot for you. I have a lot of Godzillas on hand. See, that's a normal motion shot. Again, jarring. That's not a bad puppet shot. That's a very bad fast motion tail effect. And this is a super slow motion. I guess it was just so atmospheric they kept it. And it really shows off the detail of his spine's glowing when he breathes fire. Look at that. Also, interestingly, I'm not sure about the next movie, but this is the one where it's like a mist. He breathes like weird flaming radioactive mist. As the guys evacuating building right before it goes down. You'll really get to see that one in the next version of this film. You can actually see the string manipulating Godzilla's tail there. This is a building collapse that looks so amazing they actually loop it. Again, another plate shot that shifts a little. Look at that. You'll never see model work like this again. Not even in this series. Because they'll never have this kind of time. Even though this was made in 6 months, ridiculously. So I think these guys are on Tokyo Tower. They just say RTV Tower, though. It might just be a regular TV tower. Hell, this movie might predate Tokyo Tower. I'm not sure. No, you won't, sir. And this guy knows he's fucked. He's like, bye, everybody. He just bites that shit down. God damn. Godzilla does hate radio. There's Sarazawa looking at this shit. Here it is too. Bump, 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 bump. And like the city's in flames and people are just watching him. He's like, oh, bridge? Ah, fuck your bridges. Boom. And I'm not sure at this point if Yamani's still like, yeah, we should study him, or nah, we gotta fuck this thing up. It's a great shot of just water displacement of what she's doing affecting everything. Like every move Godzilla makes has a devastating effect. Hey, the Air Force finally shows up. Now, the weird thing about this scene is that everybody cheers. The Air Force attacks. Their attacks are ineffectual. Godzilla's just kind of there. He was already leaving. But these people are like, yeah, go get him. Fuck him up. He could have just as easily went, oh, you fucking with me again? I will burn the rest of your pathetic country to the ground. Again, though, this was in Tsuburaya's wheelhouse. He is responsible for a lot of Japanese war films and miniatures. And, this is right up his alley. You'll notice, though, every time Godzilla takes a step here, that you don't hear shit. It's the old T-Rex effect. You'll also notice in this movie, I don't think anyone's dumb enough to fly into his very limited arm reach. What the fuck? Is it 4th of July? Jeez, I was doing you a favor. I'm out of here. You can see a lot of string work there. Especially with the guided missiles. No, it's not running away. It was leaving. Gives him a tail fuck you on the way out. We did it, guys. Should have called in the Air Force a half hour ago. And everybody's just like, we're still fucked. Like, yeah, he went away. He was probably tired. This shit is really evocative of Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And remember, this is less than 10 years after the bombings. Like, this shit is personal. All of the filmmakers, everyone who lived through this, this is like somebody making some 9/11 shit, in like 2010. It's fucking brutal. These kids are all radioactive. And these doctors are like, these kids are going to die. These, you know, they may have lived through the carnage, but they're not going to survive. It is fucking. Again, this is all predicated on the H-bomb. There's a kid's, you know, the mother died. There's like 5 kids there. I'm not sure if that was the mother that was around before. Emiko, you fucking liar. I'm going to tell your father about us. No, wrong time again. And she breaks. Much like Sansa. For you Game of Thrones people. Look, I'm going to take you to the roof because this shit is dark. And here where we find out what the fuck is going on. And this is tearing her up. Now, mind you, to today's audience, what she sees is, you know, a little on the goofy side. I'm not even sure the science of this, why destroying oxygen in water would do this. Why he had to do this to like 20 fish instead of just like one, like get a little bowl and drop it. It's hot, isn't it? Want to go make out? What the fuck, dude? Right, they suffocated. Why did they disintegrate? All right, that sort of makes sense. I wanted to study baking. I'm not going to make a cake that destroys the bakery. Again, evocative of Oppenheimer and, you know, the destruction, the creation of the H-bomb. Again, Sarazawa lost his eye in the war. He knows the horror of war. So I keep it in this locker. And she's like, what the fuck? Why did you make this? Yeah, and he's like, yeah, no kidding. That's why you're not supposed to tell anyone. Again, though, it's I guess if you could make an airborne version of it, yeah, that would be fucked. Right now, it would be of a threat to Atlantis. Aquaman be up his ass. Here he says he's willing to give up his life rather than have this get out. Yeah. Kind of the point. You want me to do it again? I got a tank over here full of fish. Stop it, you maniac. Agoda's like, Emiko, you're fucking with me, right? Yeah, my slideshow is going to get a little ahead of itself. I'm gonna have to rethink that. Just stirring destructive substances, nothing to see here. He's actually making instant mac and cheese. It was a lot harder back then. Hey, Emiko, what you up to? Oh, you're here too, huh? Sarazawa thinks this is about the marriage. I'm gonna kill these fish in a fit of rage. He's completely caught off guard by this. And the betrayal of Emiko. A completely different portrayal than what he was expecting, too. Yeah, no shit. Again, he is afraid. And she's destroyed. Like, this whole triangle is very heartbreaking. Help me, Obi-Wan Sarazawa. Uh-uh. No. He's serious too. He will, and right even now he's probably thinking, "I am going to have to burn everything and kill myself." I will buy a giant radioactive dinosaur before I will buy that a young Navy officer gets beat up by a scientist, even a war vet. Also, they'll show the disintegration of fish, but they won't show what the hell happened to Ogata's head. Dude, look at him. He got fucked up. What do you think of your man now, Himiko? But again, he's even horrified by that, like the violence. What good use? What could you possibly do good with this thing? I will say some of the dialogue in the American version of this is pretty good. Oxygen destroyer. He's right about that. Again, he doesn't want to contribute to the world's destruction. On the other hand, there's a giant dinosaur out there doing horrible shit. So Agata's got a good point. Well, what the fuck? What do we... Oh god, it's fucking naive, man. Yeah. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll burn everything. He's like the Terminator at the end of T2. You can see Emiko still like loves him as a brother. She doesn't want to see him like this. Luckily, they had the radio on for the depressing channel. I mean, why broadcast this if not to convince someone with a terrible secret to fight for humanity? This is the music that Tony Stark was listening to in that cave in Afghanistan. Again, this is just war footage. And to people who had just been through this is some pretty powerful shit. That is a like the Japanese make use their children wear uniforms to school. It's very strict, I guess, structured. Sorry, I was looking up at the screen at the picture you guys are seeing. And we have 14 minutes left in the film. It might. I have to rethink what pictures go up when. Yeah, and this is like as a kid, this was like boring to me. I'm like, get back to the dinosaur. Oh, this isn't fair. Sarazawa, turn off the TV. He does too. He's like, I can't take it anymore. Get me by the heartstrings. Dude. So he comes to this decision. It's going to use lunch. I'm going to destroy my research. I don't know how much of this substance he had. This motherfucker's burning his life work. I can't bear to throw out bad poetry I wrote in middle school. There's a weird jump cut there. I'm not sure what that's about. There it goes. Poof. Again, Ifukube's score is just fucking perfect. I don't know why this boat is so, like, there's so many people on this boat. What if it doesn't work and Godzilla just comes up and he's like, you fuckers. of these vials and shit are about either. Like, I get the Geiger counter, but... And here's Sarazawa saying, it's going to be me. If we're going to use this weapon, I'm doing it. Even Yamane's like, what you up to? I think Yamane might even know what's going to go down. Oh, really? I thought we were just going to toss it overboard. Just not on Emiko. Oh, God damn it. I'm a horrible person. Let me marry Emiko. It's kind of sad that in Gojira Tai Destroya, Emiko's in it. And she says that she and Ogata never ended up together because of the guilt of what happens here. Which is kind of sad. There it is. Somebody has one. You can make one of those. I always wanted one. I'm like really jealous. Somebody has one of those. The props. There were a bunch of them made. I'm jealous. I would fucking kill. Even though I'm dirt poor. The room you see behind me, it's like my only room. But I would love to have an, like, just even to make a replica one. Dude, Yamane, no worries. You got this. Again, exposition. This was diving technology back then. I'm not even 100% sure aqualungs were invented yet. I don't know why Emiko's the one feeding. She doesn't have experience feeding air hose and you know, safety harnesses. Down they go. God, underwater footage in the 50s, man. And again, they use a flashlight to draw Godzilla to them, which was set up earlier, which they don't really mention. Oh, yeah, he's just chilling. Just 5 more minutes, Mom. Anytime you like check me looking up there, I'm checking the stream. Like, I'm checking OBS and stuff. He's got an 8. He's got a 4C battery Duracell flashlight. Look at how patched those suits are. Jesus. Call me cynical. I actually think Sarazawa has an eye patch for this moment so you can tell the difference between Okada and Sarazawa. But maybe that's just the American in me being a little insensitive. What are you guys doing? Okay, I don't know. Do they have? Yeah, they have radios in there. That's right. It's weird about this part. You really have no relation size-wise where anybody is. Again, oh God is naive. He he's young. He doesn't really think about that anyone would kill themselves. At least in this instance. And he isn't in control of his ascent either. Kadosh. So Sarazawa's got to be like right there. This made me cry as a kid. Oh, I was upset. My mom showed me this movie when I was 3 years old on a tiny black and white TV in a trailer in New Jersey. I've been in love ever since. That shit looked like it hurt. There he is. He knew they were fucking. Oh, it's the 50s. Maybe they weren't fucking, but they were certainly going to. And rather than live a life in fear, he chooses an honorable death. Very traditional, very Japanese, very old school. And, again, Yamane knows. He chooses death. He dies to save the world. Very, very Japanese. Very old school Japanese. Now, there are theories that what we're about to see is actually Sarazawa's dying vision. Because, I mean, let's face it, Godzilla comes back in less than a year from this. And in Godzilla, the American version of Godzilla 85, Raymond Burr even says they never found a corpse, which means that they looked for one. Ah! The shot coming up is the one that really haunted me as a kid, where he's just like, oh, this fucking hurts. This one. Ah. He's bones, and he's destroyed. Sayonara, Gojira. Yeah. What emotion? What joy? Oh, okay. There they go. Yeah, it belongs to him, but he is dead. I'm not sure why Shikaji is so. I think he's crying more about avenging his brother and his parents. A happiness they won't achieve. And Miko is very weird crying. Like, see, he's already. Yamani's setting up a sequel. This is fucking sequel bait. But it's also a message. Nah. Never happened. Present arms. And there we go. As we opened on the sea, so we end on the sea. Ta-da! I believe this version has the credits, right? No credits. My DVD. I do have a DVD of this. I have the Criterion DVD of this. But it wasn't practical for what I was trying to do here. All right. That was Gojira. Gojira. Probably my favorite movie of all time. I adore it. And if you are still watching this or listening to this and your DVD is stopped, I appreciate the hell out of it. Hope you liked it. If people like this, I'll do more. In the immediate future, though, we are about to do the American version of this film. It's shorter. It's way goofier. This movie's dark as fuck. But the American version, not so much. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a pee break. We're going to set up the stream for the next film, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 1956. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this very much. I am Thomas10273 on Twitch and Twitter, MST3KNJ on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I brought some kind of insight to it. So we'll see what happens. But right now we're going to move right on to the next film. So we're going to take a quick break, and I'll see you in a bit. I hope you enjoyed this. I really enjoyed doing it. Hell, I would probably do these even if nobody watched them because I'm kind of a film freak. So next up is Godzilla, King of the Monsters in about 10 minutes. Again, this is Unnecessary Commentary with MSD3KNJ, Thomas10273. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope everyone's well. This is a sort of a Mother's Day gift to my mom, who has been dead for 22 years. But she introduced me to Godzilla, and it was a thing we bonded over when we didn't meet eye to eye on a lot of shit. So, love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Hope everyone enjoyed this, and we will see you in a minute. Peace.